one of the theoretical underpinnings of appreciative inquiry is something called social constructionism, which acknowledges that for everybody, our world has been socially and historically constructed.
How would you advise people who are like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I feel lonely. I feel isolated. Or on my team, there's a lot of millennials or there's a lot of Gen Z who might feel lonely, isolated. And where do we begin?
Well, something that underpins my work is that I trained with Byron Katie. I don't know if you've come across
Yes,
the work.
the 4 questions.
And so, the fundamental question there is it true? So if you like, I'm constantly checking in with myself. I don't share the Byron Katie work routinely on training, because it's not asked for, but it is in there in me. So, I'm lonely. Is it true? So we have to start fundamentally questioning in a gentle way, not an aggressive way, some of the beliefs and the constructs that we've kind of bought into.
Yeah. And the labels, right? Of like depressed.
And the labels.
Or,
yes. And then because there's one of the theoretical underpinnings of appreciative inquiry is something called social constructionism, which acknowledges that for everybody, our world has been socially and historically constructed. And it varies according to gender, location, age, all sorts, religion.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of messages. I'm really struck by how much, being brought up as a Roman Catholic, how many messages are in there that are telling us we're inherently sinful and we need saving.
Oh, right?
We've got a lot to undo.
Yeah.
On those things. So having that thought, is it true, is quite helpful. And then thinking, how can I construct this reality differently? How can I see it differently? What small changes can I make in my construction of reality?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's so good. And again, it's like the question, is it true? Right? Bam. And that's a reframe. And it just breaks you out of the mental pattern, right? That pattern that's wired in the brain that leads to, more of what you don't want to experience. It's like, no, change that. Like that's on each of us to catch ourselves and to do the reframe and to open it back up and create the culture we want to experience. We're living in a made up world, right? And what you're saying is like, we're making up the soil. We're making up our culture all the time. We're making it up in every moment that we're engaging.
Yes. And there's a nice alignment with Edgar Schein's work, Humble Inquiry.
Yes, I love that book. Yeah. So those who don't know it, Schein, Edward Schein. Yeah. Say more.
And that idea about accessing the power of our ignorance, because we, especially in the West, we're so brought up to be any good, we need to know something. But actually not knowing, coming back to that again, the power of not knowing is really helpful.